One of the most talked about positions in this draft, for some reason, has been at the 6th pick and the New York Giants. What are they going to do? It was kind of like last year when they took Saquon Barkley. Everyone was talking about the Giants, locally and nationally. And at number 6, we've heard so many things over the last few weeks about the Giants, who they're going to take, who they're not going to take. Their GM, Gettleman, saying they're going to do this, we're going to take best player available, blah! Let's go back about a month. And all we were talking about was Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State. I think if you're going with, I think since we're kind of going with the chalk a little bit here, I think everything else is a smokescreen. I think they're taking a quarterback. Kyler Murray's going to be gone. They're going to take Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State at number 6.
I started to write Dwayne Haskins for some of the same reasons Chris said. This is not the only reason I'm going against him. He's not showing up at the draft. He's going to be in a bowling alley in Maryland with 300 of his friends, maybe because he knows the Giants aren't drafting him. That's what I think. And the Giants do need an edge rusher. I've loved this guy since we first really came on our scene. Ed Oliver of Houston goes to the New York Giants at number 6.
You know, when you talk about people having there's been a lot of guys over time, and it was one of the top picks or second pick overall recently. Didn't want to be at the draft. He knew he was going to get drafted high, but he went out fishing.
Joe Thomas.
Is it Joe Thomas?
Of Cleveland, yes.
Well, that was like 20 years ago. But there was somebody recently.
There have been.
They don't all go there. So I don't know if that's...
It's not my only reason. I started to think of Haskins the way you did. They need an edge rusher, and supposedly that's what they're high on. Haskins had dropped in mock draft. We'll see.
Well, and then they can get a pretty good edge rusher as well at number 17. There's a lot of guys. There's Burns and Simmons and other guys that not a lot of people are talking about, but those two guys could go in the first round.
Sure.
And why not at number 17?
I think they're going to go with Quentin Williams, and I say that because I think he'll be the best available pick at that pick. You look what Gettleman said, that they will not draft for team needs. They will draft for the best available player when they are there. And I think Quentin Williams will drop to 5. It's kind of crazy to think that Quentin Williams can drop, but there's just so many great defensive players, especially in the interior front, that I think that he does slide to 5. But they don't go with a quarterback like many people think. So they will take Quentin Williams from Alabama.
This is likely Dave Gettleman's last draft as a general manager because his teams have not been very good. You trade away Odell Beckham Jr. You seem to be stubborn with Eli Manning, and they're going to go with Eli for at least another year. But they need an understudy at quarterback. The quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones. Now, this is someone that is going to be a student of the game. His numbers don't necessarily stand out to you, but he makes very few mistakes. 9 interceptions last year. He's coming off of a 5-touchdown performance against Temple in his final game at the Independence Bowl. He'll wait for a little while, and you can afford that until Eli Manning gets hurt, and that could be tomorrow. So I will go Daniel Jones at 5 to the New York Football Giants.